Spoiler alert, all the way from Phantom Blood to JoJo's, you have been warned. So this video is not to be confused with Pooch's universe reset. That's something totally different and it only applies to Stone Ocean. Today we are talking about the one Araki did himself to reset the JoJo manga and start over fresh. You know, like when you get out of prison after being someone's prison bitch for 2 years straight, and then you need to rehabilitate your ass as well as going to the therapist for the rest of your life while learning how to walk again. Yeah, I can totally not relate, but yeah, let's move on. After the introduction to stands in part 3, Araki set himself free from the rest of the shonen manga at the time. He mentions that he drew inspiration from Spiritism and the religion of Shinto, which is most likely where he got the idea that every stand user has a stand that protects them. This was a great thing for JoJo. Stardust Crusaders really kickstarted JoJo's popularity because people loved the idea of stands and the characters that went on this grand journey were likable. Over the course of the 1980s to the early 2000s, Araki made 6 parts ending with Stone Ocean. During this journey, we have seen countless stand users as well as the end of the world a couple of times. With the fact that Araki's manga had almost become 20 years old at the time, he was tired of constantly having to tie things back to Dio and his feud with the Joestars. He wanted to break free from having to cater to his old plot, so he decided to end the original universe with part 6. Made in heaven! He then took almost a year off while planning and creating what would become his next manga, Steel Ball Run. In the first 6 months, Steel Ball Run was not actually considered to be a part of JoJo by the publisher Shueisha. It's unclear if Araki also intended it to be like this, but after 6 months of JoJo being published in Shonen Jump, Steel Ball Run was moved to the monthly seinen magazine called Ultra Jump, which it still gets published under in 2022. After being transferred into the new magazine, it was also now officially being advertised as another JoJo part. A lot of people had speculated that this was the case because of all the recognizable characters like Diego, Avdol, and many others. Moving from a shonen magazine to a seinen one, he was now able to spend 1 month creating each chapter, instead of having to do it in 1 week. This greatly increased his ability to storytell over a chapter and also increased the overall quality of his art. I have a video about JoJo's art style over the years, and you can check it out if you want. But shortly summarized, JoJo has never looked bad, but during Steel Ball Run and JoJo's, Araki really got to show what he was capable of in terms of art style. He also got to start over fresh with a new story without having to cater to anything from the previous JoJo parts. He still includes characters from the old universe into the new one, but they are obviously altered in personality and backstories. There is a theory that Araki wrote himself into a corner with way too powerful stands in the original universe, mostly because of insanely powerful stands like Golden Experience Requiem, Star Platinum The World, and Made in Heaven. But to be fair, he still includes ridiculously powerful stands in the new universe too. Overpowered stands like Tusk, Soft and Wet Go Beyond, and Wonder of You are definitely some of the more powerful stands that we've ever seen in JoJo. But the reason why I think switching over to the new universe is good for JoJo is that Araki got to start with a fresh slate, as well as incorporate more mature themes into JoJo because it now sells as a seinen manga, allowing him for deeper storytelling and development of his characters. Even though I love part 3, if you compare it to Steel Ball Run, which is also about a journey, Araki handled stand fights in a much better manner than in Stardust. Stand fights don't feel forced, and they're for the most part not predictable like Stardust. The usual stand fights in Stardust goes like this. The guys fuck around for 5 minutes, enemy stand appears and beats their ass for 14 minutes, they turn around the fight in 1 minute and defeat the stand. And then there is a 5-minute conclusion. And that's pretty much the basis for stand fights in Stardust Crusaders. Whereas a fight in Steel Ball Run and JoJo's can easily last a lot longer, and I get the impression that Araki can more easily outsmart the reader because he has a lot more room to play in. It also leaves room for monthly speculation on forums like 4chan and Reddit. A fresh slate also means that he has complete artistic freedom to do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to worry about old plot holes, and he can shape the story as he goes. One can only speculate what Araki decides to do with part 9. What's funny is that the new universe is now older than the original 6 parts. But because parts 7 and 8 are so long and had monthly releases, they took a lot of time to make. So what do you guys think? Is the switch from the old universe to the new one something that has benefited JoJo? Or would you prefer to stay in the Irene-verse? My name is Tempest and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and subscribe if you enjoy my content. Thank you very much.